You never know with those shows. They did a thing with Man vs. Wild, and he was at a volcano thing. He was at this volcano, and like he's filming the volcano, and he's like showing like the background. He's saying, "Look, see where I am, everyone. I'm in the desert. I'm in the middle. There's nothing around here. Nobody around here." And then someone else went to that exact same spot, like went to the spot he was at, and it was the same spot, and they're showing all the same stuff, and then they turn around the other way, and there's a road there. there's a road along the where he was. So he wasn't middle of nowhere. He was beside a road. But you don't know these things because they don't show you, you know. It was funny. But there was this place called New City Village. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's in America somewhere. They had like families, like it was a town, like a lot of people there, and they were doing something to do with water or like mining or something. I've forgotten what they were doing there, but they were there and they were doing all this, and then all of a sudden, everyone in that village disappeared. They abandoned the village, and like their personal belongings, all their clothes, photos, everything, all left behind. Just like half-eaten dinner on the table still, like it's just all been left, and they all of them at the same time left. But it's not like they left and went somewhere else. They've all vanished. All these people, they don't know where any of them are. Like that's a whole town. That doesn't. It's called New City Village. It's in America somewhere. It's so weird. Like, what happened to them all? There was a place. This is going back in the early 1900s, I think. It was like 100 years ago or something. This happened. But there was another place like that. It was a big town, and there was some rich woman that was living in this town. She was like the matriarch sort of this town. I think this is in America too, somewhere. But it was like a lot of people living there. Like, I don't know, 500 people or something living in this little town or whatever. Anyway, they all disappeared too. And what they think happened is this rich woman, I know where they go. They reckon that this rich woman, I've forgotten who she was, but they reckon she was evil, this woman. But this rich woman didn't want other people in her town. She just wanted the town all for herself. So what they think happened, like a cult, yeah. What they think happened is they tricked these 400 people living in the town to go onto a ship for some reason. I don't know how they did it, but they reckon that once they were out in the sea, they threw everyone overboard, killed them all to get rid of them, so she could have the town for herself. It was so weird. That's what they don't know for sure what happened, but it was like 400 people just vanished, thin air. But that's what they think happened. That she's paid for people to take them on a ship, throw them all overboard. 400 people, with families, kids, everyone, because she wanted the city for herself. She didn't want anyone else living there, just her. Like it's crazy. Yeah. I forgot what her name was. Her name was Lady something. Lady somebody. She was, I don't know. She was very rich though, too. This was like 100 years ago or something has happened. I've forgotten what place it was, what the place was called. But it was about 400 people. And they reckon they put them all on ships, took them in the middle of the ocean, threw them overboard. I don't know. Isn't that crazy though? It's crazy. There was also I was going to do some time traveling today. You know, they found, this is true too. Asking for a friend. I don't know, Alma. This happened about 1910, 1912 or something. It was the early 1900s. This is real. This really happened. They found a man. He dropped dead in the street, this man. He was walking across the street or something. He dropped dead. I think he died of a heart attack or something. And they didn't know who this man was. Anyway, they searched his pockets. This is in like early 1900s. So they searched this guy's pockets to see who he was. All he had on him was he had some bubble gum that didn't exist. This bubble gum didn't exist in the world. I don't know where it came from, but it was like from a company. But it didn't exist from this company. But he had this bubble gum. And the other thing he had was I think it was a postcard, but it was from World War II. This postcard. This really happened. So he had a postcard, and it was written to his wife or from his wife or something, and it was talking about, you know, how he's been surviving in World War II and all this, and he had something from World War II on him as well. That was all he had on him. These three things. Now World War II didn't happen for like 15 years after they found this guy. It was after it. So how did he have all these things from World War II? And he was like, this is 15 years before that even happened. You know what I mean? Like, that really happened. They really found him with all this stuff. They reckon that he was a time traveler. Like, how else do you explain that? He had the bubblegum that didn't exist, and World War II stuff. And World War II wasn't for like another 15 years. I just thought that was so weird. I can't remember where they found him. Foreshadowed, yeah. It was so weird. This is about 15 years before all that happened, and he had all these things, and it was all stamped like from the war era. Like they had the stamps and everything. How did he do that? They reckon that I believe in like I reckon the government have a time machine. There was a thing called Project Pegasus. I don't know if you heard of this. Premonitions. No, but all the stuff he had, it was from the war. It was from World War II, all of it. It wasn't like he'd made it or something. It was from there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was all stuff that was actually from World War II. But this is like 15 or 20 years before that even happened, or something. You know, it was like a long time before World War II even happened. It was crazy. But, I forgot the other thing I was going to say. Project Pegasus. That was another thing. I'm not really sure about that, but they reckon they were using children to time travel because they reckon that their mind would be able to... No, he wasn't a Nazi. No, he wasn't a Nazi. He was... I don't know what he was, but... No, he wasn't. He was good. He was good, this guy. But he had something like Nazi stuff on him, or something. It was stuff from the war he had. It was crazy. Let me, boom. No, I won't play that. Yeah, know what I mean. I'm trying to find this other mix. What was the mix called? I forgot what it was called, Alma. Boom. I'm going to play this in the background. I just want to show you this, Alma. I just want to show you this. I love this channel. They're called Explore With Us. Explore With Us. I'll I forgot what it's called. Desert. No, that's not it. I forgot what the thing was called. I've forgotten. Yeah, this one's a good one too. I watched this one yesterday. This is good. But yeah, he wasn't a Nazi, but I think he had like Nazi stuff on him. He had stuff from World War II though. It's crazy.
Whoa, look at that. It really is, look.
It's pretty good, this video. I'll turn it down a little bit though.
What is up, Evil Crew? Okay, you guys. We are back is the best place we've ever found, and the most requested. We've never had people request so much for us.
Yeah,
to
I'll just
come
turn
back
this
to
down.
place.
But yeah, it was crazy. But they reckon this Pegasus thing, and they were using children to go back in time and things.
Just to let you guys know,
I don't know if you've heard of what's it called?
pretty sketchy out here. I'm sorry.
Philadelphia Experiment. Have you heard of this?
Way up there when we get up there, guys.
They made like a fictional movie about it, but that was a real thing. The Philadelphia Experiment.
What I'm noticing is
They sent a ship into like the Bermuda Triangle. They reckon there's a black hole there or something in the Bermuda Triangle.
they've never actually.
And so what happened was they sent this ship. This is like that was years ago now, but they sent this ship into the Bermuda Triangle, and they were doing some tests. They were trying to test something as well. It was like a military ship or something. Anyway, so they sent this ship in, and then they disappeared off radar
Planes coming down over there. Luckily
for like 5 or 10 minutes or something, and then they were seen on the other, like the ship was seen on the other side of the world, like in China or something, for like 10 minutes, and then it came back again and came out of Bermuda Triangle, and people were fused into the walls and into the floor. Did you hear about that? That really happened. That.
See?
Like, some people deny that happened, but I believe it happened. And they'd melted into the wall. Like, all of them died. All the soldiers on there. But they reckon that they went back in the past. They went back in the past, or they went to another dimension. They went into the black hole, and then somehow came out. But through the past or something. And that's why they're all fused into the walls and floor. It was so weird. That was called the Philadelphia Experiment. That happened.
There's a secret door right there.
No one knows if that was real or not, but I believe it was.
Under there. We'll go in
They reckon that because someone said the Bermuda Triangle. They reckon that there's a wall. Was it a whirlpool or whatever?
You see the cinder block in the
There,
building now.
like a wormhole or something in the water. But the planes like the planes that go through there, they disappear too. And it's not like there's shipwrecks there. It's completely vanished into thin air. Isn't that crazy? I just think it's so crazy. I believe a lot of this stuff.
You can see the wood. Like, what would be the wood platform
Like, they can. There's so much of the ocean they haven't explored because it's so big, you know. But they reckon that there's there's hidden all sorts of weird shit.
over here? Well,
There could be like spacecrafts and everything, like aliens or whatever, under the water.
again, we can see
It's just so crazy.
walls, which makes me
Yeah, they reckon they can find anything.
some kind of way in.
There's a thing called Mariana's Trench. I don't know if you heard of that too. Mariana's Trench, that's the deepest part of the ocean. There's the deep web and all that. There's something even deeper than the deep web, and it's called Mariana's Web, and it's named after Mariana's Trench, and they reckon that's all like top secret files, like government stuff, like if aliens are real and all that. But they reckon you can only access Mariana's Web with 2 quantum computers. And they reckon that quantum computers don't exist, but they do exist because the military have them. The military have them. They might not say they do, but they do. They do have them. Because how else would they be able to hide all these things? Bermuda Triangle, yeah.
Go in.
It's more-
Guys, I gotta get a mask.
I don't know. I believe there's something in there. They reckon there's a black hole. That's what they reckon there is, a black hole. There's a thing called a white hole too. A white hole,
Alright, guys, check this out. Got my
with a black hole, you can go into it, but you can't come out. But with a white hole, things can come out of it, but can't go into it. You know what I mean? Things have come out of the
kinds of, like,
white holes and that.
walls.
Like, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
This place out. Whoa.
I don't know what it is.
Go in here. We're gonna find
They've
snakes.
it's all theory, so they don't know. But there's something there. There's something in Bermuda Triangle, and if you go in there, you're not coming back. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's so weird.
Please, you gotta be kidding me.
Look at this room he's found here.
Those, I wanna see what's
It's like a serial killer's room. It's like hardcore porn. Like it's all
I guess check it out. There's some containers right
blurred out, so you can't see it. But there's all like guns and things in there. This is abandoned. This place in the middle of nowhere. He's found this. It's like a hideout or something.
let's just lift them up and see if they're heavy.
Boom. They're called Explore With Us. This channel. It's a good channel. You know they found a they found a pyramid in Antarctica. Have you heard about this, Alma? They found a pyramid in Antarctica. They found it on Google Maps.
Are they all heavy like
Or, Google Earth.
Is there like tons of ammo in these?
Yeah, that's what I think, yeah. No, they don't think it's the waves because if planes go through there, even planes, they will disappear. It will take the plane out of the sky.
40.
It will disappear off radar,
Look at this. Look at that.
and it's not in the ocean or anywhere. They don't know where it is, but they reckon that it's gone to a black hole.
Looks like they're putting
Yeah, that was weird. They found this on Google Earth. Brad, what's up, brother? Hey, Brad. They found this. I was just saying, Brad. They found a pyramid in
cartoons,
Antarctica. I don't know if you heard about this.
strange cartoons. Yeah.
The video screen. Oh, it's just an abandoned house. They found in the middle of nowhere. This place.
Over here.
It's like serial killers been living there. There's rope there. There's all rope there,
All kinds of
like been tying up people or something. Alcohol, hardcore porn, and guns and bullets, ammo in this secret room hidden behind the wall.
too.
Like it seems like a serial killer's been living there or something. I don't know. This is in America too. This.
Sodium hydroxide.
It's good. They're called Explore With Us, these guys. I like them. I watch a lot of their videos. I just thought I'd play this in the background. I'm scaring Brad. I know. I'm sorry, Brad. I didn't mean to scare you.
Spiders are all over you guys.
Oh no, Brad. I'm sorry, brother.
Strange rope on the ground.
We've been talking about scary things too, Brad.
Probably sounds silly,
We have been today. Like real things too.
but this place is
This is scary, yeah.
hidden room. I mean, we found a freaking hidden room.
It is crazy. I think on the other thing I was going to tell you. Here's another thing too, like
Over here. Can't really see though.
the music
In
videos.
this container. the oxygen
Which one? Which
ammo
which
in
music
there,
videos?
9mm. And there's
I played
stuff. I don't know what's underneath it.
I was going to play some documentaries today, Brad, but I'm going to the city tomorrow, so I won't be here tomorrow. I'll be in the city streaming. I'll do a stream in the city,
Something that's
but I'm going to stream
to get it out. Let's get it out.
some scary stuff on
Spiders.
Wednesday.
It says Randy's friend.
It's going. I want to show you some of these documentaries. I couldn't stream for long today because I got to go to the shop and buy dinner and everything because I haven't eaten all day, and if I don't eat for a long time, I'll end up fainting and that. So I have to. So I'll stream for a while still, but I was talking about I wanted to show some documentaries. I won't show it today, Brad. I'll wait till Wednesday. But it's like a dog's head. Is that the one you were talking about?
Cinder blocks that
Is that the one, Brad? The dog's head? It was like
that's the first time we've
it
ever
was
an actual hidden room. Guys.
it was from 1940.
Look at that.
It's called
A hole in the wall.
Experiments in the Revival of Organisms. This documentary. I won't show it all. It only goes for like 20 minutes. I want to show like about maybe half of it, maybe 10 minutes or something. But it's all real. It's from 1940, so it's not special effects or anything. I don't know how they did it, but it's real. But they got a dog's head. It's decapitated, the head of just the head of a dog, and they got it on a table, and they've got these things hooked up to it.
Hidden room. And there's a little even bird's nest on top.
The strain. It's always nighttime. Yes. Sorry, Brad. I don't mean to scare you, brother. But they hooked this dog's head up to this contraption thing. I don't know what it was, and then they're like bringing it to life, and they're like poking the dogs. Like it's all real, everyone. Like it looks very real to me. Like 1940, you couldn't
There's probably a
do
lot
special effects that good. You know what I mean? So they're poking the dog's eye, and the dog's blinking, and then they put like food on its nose, and the dog's like the tongue's coming out and licking its nose and that, and it's just a decapitated head. Like how is it doing that? I don't know, but it's like
communications tower.
it's a bit borderline for Twitch, but I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, because there's no gore, but you just got to remember it's just the head of a dog, you know, and it's doing all this, and then they kill this dog. I don't think I could show this though, but they kill a dog, and because I love animals, so I don't like seeing stuff like this, but it's just so weird. They kill this dog. They cut its you know, like it's something in its throat, like what's it called? Carotid artery or whatever it's called. But they cut it, and then they drain all the blood out of this dog, and it dies, you know, this dog. And then they pour the blood back into this machine thing and pump the blood back into the dog with all these things hooked up to it and bring it back to life again. And then it's like back to life. It's so weird. This is 1940, everyone. It's just so strange. Look, everyone, there's a teddy under there. The children are being kept under the house. Oh, no. It's so weird, everyone. There's some scary stuff I want to show you on Wednesday, Brad. There's another documentary I'm going to show. It's a little girl. She's 6 years old, called Beth Thomas. It's from the 80s, this thing. I'd only show like 10 minutes of each of these documentaries. I wouldn't show the whole thing. But she's like wants to be a murderer. And that. It's just so weird, some of these stories. Child of Rage, it's called. And then I was going to show bits of the Iceman as well. Oh. Yeah, Area 51. I know. I love all that sort of stuff too, Brad. Like Area 51 and that. Oh, no, you don't want to go on there, on the deep web. You know, they called a guy. This is real. This really happened. They called this guy. There was a guy who went on the deep web, and he was watching one of those the red rooms or whatever. He was watching like a red room or something, you know, like with killing people and that. And what they do is like there's a thing like Twitch, everyone, and it's like what they do is it is the same as Twitch, but it's an evil version of it. And what they do is they have like popular streamers and you can donate money and you can subscribe and follow and all this sort of stuff. It's just the same as Twitch, but what they're doing is just evil. And they're like someone will donate money to like cut the person's foot off, and he'll cut his foot off and everything. And people in there writing fap and no, it's funny and that. Like, it's sick. It's just crazy. But there was a guy. This was on Reddit too. This was on a Reddit thing. Like, this is pretty well known. This Reddit post. It was real. It was real too. But this guy, he went on there. He was watching one of these things, and he was trying to expose them or something. Trying to expose find them, these people. But they found this guy. He got caught in the end and said, oh, you know, they found out he was going to expose them, is what I mean. And but it went on for like 6 months or something, this investigation. But they found 4 of the guys that were running this website on the deep web, you know, like red rooms, like killing people and doing weird shit to them. It's awful, evil stuff. Now there was 4 of them they caught. I don't know who 2 of them were, but one of them was a 17-year-old kid, and the other one was a school teacher. They didn't know each other. That wasn't his school teacher. That was just people that had met on the deep web and decided to make this website. But that goes to show everyone that it could literally be anyone. It could be your neighbour on there doing this shit. You don't know. But one was a school teacher and the other one was a 17-year-old kid that were running this website on the deep web of torturing and killing people. I don't know who the other 2 were. The other 2 were admins, I think. I don't know. I don't know who they were.
All right, guys. I know there was some.
But that's.
Let's go.
No, it's not me, Brad. No. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like it could be your school teacher. You know, it was a school teacher. It could be the kid that lives across the road and your teacher at school that are running these websites. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Can we catch you?
It's not me. No, I would never do that. That's sick. Like they do. Like they got things like just all evil stuff. Oh, I got like there's bad people in the world, and then there's just pure evil, and that's what a lot of these people are. They're very evil, everyone. Crazy.
Hey, look at
Yeah,
that.
let me just
An
boom.
old lamp for a miner's,
It's so crazy.
a miner's helmet.
There was a guy called the Watcher. Anyone heard of him?
Check it out.
The Watcher?
There's another van up here.
A link. I don't know. I don't know. I strongly suggest don't ever go. Even if I could go on the deep web, I wouldn't go on there. I wouldn't.
See if anyone.
Like this stuff. There's stuff on the normal internet that is sick, you know. But there's some stuff on the deep web that is just. Mention it here. No, I don't have a link, Brad. I've never been on the deep web, and I would never go on there. Never. No, I want. Yeah, I'm the same, Brad. I want nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Even if I could go on there, I wouldn't. I'm saying, Brad. I'm allergic too. Yeah, I'm allergic too. I would never do it. Never. It's just it's too sick. My ex-girlfriend, I went to her brother's house. We went over to her brother's house, and the brother.
For some reason,
No, I don't want to know. I don't even want to know.
reminds me. Do you guys hear about that
This is the last one. This is the one I had that affair thing with. You know,
Polaroid photo of two
like she was married and that.
in the back of
But
remember that? They were like,
we went to her brother's house, and they were looking at all this gore stuff, all this gory stuff, and that. I don't know, it was some website. It was disgusting. It wasn't a deep web or anything, everyone. It was just normal internet, but it was like gore.com or something. And I remember they were looking at all this stuff, and they wanted me to look at it with them, and I said I don't want to look at that. It's just gross and depressing. I don't want to see that, you know. And so anyway, I went outside and I was talking to the brother or whatever, and then they said, "Come inside. I just want to show you this one thing, and then that's it. We won't show you anything else." So I said, "All right." I come inside. So I went inside and looked at this this video they wanted to show me, and it was a guy. He'd this is pretty gross, Brad. Just a warning. So this guy he jumped. He was cliff diving, you know, trying to jump into the water or whatever. But he'd missed the water and went face first into a rock. You know, like this is very high up, everyone. And they showed the guy, and it was him sitting. He was sitting on a chair in a hospital, and he's missing all this part of his face. It's all gone, all of it. And he's still awake. And all you can see is his eyes, and he's like looking around like this. That's all you can see of him. He's still awake. It's like still alive, but still like conscious. And he's like sitting in the chair, looking around like this, and his whole face here is completely gone, all of it. That was something I couldn't get out of my mind for years. For years, like even today, I still have the image in my head. It's just gross. And they were like not giggling about it, thinking it was funny, but they were like, "Oh, shit, that's no good, is it?" And I was like, "This is sick." It didn't bother them though. It didn't bother them.
we're out of here. Let's go.
I don't know. His whole face was missing, Brad. All of it. It was all gone. All that was left was like the back of his head and his eyes, like here. That was it. Now, I'll put on another one of those things. This is a good one.
What is up, Evil Crew? Check it out.
It was cliff diving. He was cliff diving, but he dived like head first into the water, but he missed the water, and because they show the video of him doing it, and when it happened, like it should have killed him, but when he landed face first, it ripped from here down. It ripped his whole face off. It was just gone. It was just like guts and I don't know. It was awful. It was just awful. He had no face. It was the whole thing was gone, and it was just his eyes, and that's all you could see of the person. His eyes looking around, sitting in the chair like this. It was. I never got that out of my head. That image, that video. There was a video. It was on one of those gore websites. It was awful. But to think there's people on the deep web doing that to people, like cutting their face off and things, like thinking it's funny, like it's crazy. It's hard to think there's people like that in this world that we have to breathe the same air with, that are just doing shit like this. It's just so crazy. I want to do some exploring bear